Oh, honey, this isn't just a wedding story. This is a scorched earth, drop the mic, ruin his life and look good doing it kind of story. Strap in. They say weddings are where dreams come true. I say weddings are where masks come off. It began with a pair of cufflinks, sterling silver, etched with the initials EA. Not my fiancé, S initials. Not mine. I found them while unpacking a delivery box labeled Groomsmen Gifts. Evan, my soon-to-be husband, brushed it off. Old mistake, he said, from a past order. But something about the lie stuck to my ribs like old grease. I wasn't a suspicious person by nature. But suspicion doesn't need to be in your nature when betrayal is in your vicinity. Evan was everything my parents had prayed for. Handsome, charming, employed, Catholic. I met him at a charity gala where he was auctioning off surf lessons for underprivileged kids. Ridiculous, yes, but magnetic. Our courtship was a rush of white wine, concert tickets, and carefully curated sincerity. We moved fast, engaged within 9 months. And then, the slip. I dug, gently at first. I asked mutual friends if they knew anyone named EA. I Googled combinations, ran reverse image searches on a wedding photo he had on his bookshelf. His brother's wedding he'd claimed. The bride looked eerily familiar. Then, I hired a PI. Not dramatic, just quiet. A freelancer who specialized in what he called prenuptial peace of mind. 3 weeks later, I learned the truth. Evan Arthur Palmer was already married. Her name was Elise, and she lived 1 state over. They had a child, a 3-year-old boy named Miles. And a mortgage, a minivan, the works. The engagement was a lie. My ring? Pawn shop vintage. The apartment he rented with me? His second place for when he traveled for consulting work. I didn't confront him, not right away. This wasn't going to be a confrontation. This was going to be a reckoning. I worked in marketing, and I knew how to control a narrative, so I built one. First, I made a wedding website, a gorgeous one, with guest stories, a countdown timer, our love story, and curated engagement photos. I linked it to a discreet RSVP tracker that logged names and emails for later. Then I created a second website, this one, private, password protected. It held evidence, the marriage license with Elise, the deed on their home, photos of Evan holding baby Miles, Facebook posts under his alias account, Arthur Palmer, celebrating Father's Day. 2 weeks before the wedding, I sent out a mass email to our 127 invited guests. Subject line, before you, RSVP. It linked to the private site, password, truth. Then I packed up my things, left our apartment, and ghosted him. I changed my number, blocked him on everything, left him in that rented suite of lies, with no keys and no answers. I never saw the detonation in person. But I didn't have to. A bridesmaid told me he showed up at the rehearsal dinner alone, sweaty and lying. Family emergency. Then one of his groomsmen called his bluff. He had seen the sight. By the morning of the would-be wedding, half the guests had canceled, and Elise had filed for divorce. The event venue demanded full payment. The florist posted publicly that the account had defaulted. His work found out, apparently, Evan Palmer had been using company funds to pay for venue deposits. He was fired. His wife filed for sole custody. And I received flowers from strangers, from women thanking me for the website, because Evan had dated them too. A network of ghosts, suddenly made visible. The twist? I never made the website public. Someone else did. Someone from Elise's town. Maybe Elise herself. A local blog picked up the story. Double life groom exposed days before wedding. It went viral. Reddit, TikTok. BuzzFeed even reached out, offering to interview me. I declined. Some stories do not need sequels. Some stories end with silence, except maybe for one final poetic line I wrote at the bottom of that private site. You do not lose someone who lies to everyone. You set them free to collapse under their own weight.
Okay, I have so many things to say, but first of all, can we get a slow clap for OP? Because that wasn't revenge, that was a Broadway-level production of poetic justice. This man didn't just have a red flag, he was the red flag factory. Married? With a kid? Using company money for his fake wedding deposits? Sir, that's not a double life, that's a full-on subscription package of deceit with free shipping and bonus gaslighting. Also, the cufflinks. My guy, if you're going to juggle multiple lives, maybe do not leave monogrammed evidence lying around. That's like robbing a bank and leaving your business card in the vault. And OP didn't just dump him, she built a marketing campaign for his downfall. A whole two-step website plan with curated receipts. Girl turned heartbreak into SEO-optimized vengeance. Honestly, inspiring. And the fact she didn't even make it public. Someone else did? That's the universe saying, let me give you a little encore. OP didn't just dodge a bullet, she Matrix bent it back into his face. Somewhere, in another timeline, Evan is selling counterfeit cufflinks out of a van behind a Taco Bell. This is why background checks before marriage should be as normal as engagement photos. And that, my friends, is why you always Google your fiancé before booking the venue. If you enjoyed that chaos, hit like and drop your own fake wedding RSVP in the comments. I will pick the most cursed one for the next video.